Well, welcome to part 2 of Jeannie getting her custom paint job. For now, it's a gorgeous day outside, so I'm gonna get the sanding blocks out. I got a whole lot of primer to block on Jeannie, so yeah. Guess what, Slickworks family? It's been probably 3 weeks since I last did a quick little video like this, and I think it's ready for paint. The entire body is blocked out in 320 and then 600. I think it is ready for a coat of black paint on there and over there. And then after the black paint, flake, 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 and then clear, 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 and then we'll have full clearance, and then block this out with 600, make it nice and flat, and start masking out some patterns. Also, put it back down on the ground, and it now has a transmission leak, which is awesome. Oh, look. More work. So last night I did a little rattle can work and I put this in my car. That's not a turbo. Check this out. So I've just got the booth cleaned out, gave the whole shop a good clean. Body looks pretty good. There's not really much I'm going to do with it now because I'm so pressed for time. Also, I was planning on molding in the taillight housings with the quarter panels, but I didn't get to do that. I'm out of time. I'm too pressed for time. So what I've done, I got the booth all bagged up. Well, actually I got a double bag. Figured this would be the easiest way to do metal flake. So I got the initial bag on the floor, and then I've just kind of taped up this floating bag here. And so I'm going to pull the car in and then pull the tape off the walls. And then from here, I'll be able to just wrap the car up nice and tight, like a little Christmas package. And then, yeah, won't get any overspray on anything that the metal flake shouldn't go on. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But I know as soon as I open those doors, I'm going to have like 1,000 mosquitoes flying in here. So, I don't know. I gotta kind of do that before the sun totally goes down, otherwise I'll be fully screwed. Okay, well, here we have the car all bagged up. So yeah, Slick Senior came by, helped out mask up the car with me, which is awesome. So thanks, Dad. So yeah, the car's all bagged up. I got these little areas here because I don't know, the flake's just gonna kind of fade out here. I'm gonna figure out what to do with the design in this corner later, but the trunk will get fully flaked. So I got these little rip tabs. So there's one layer here that will rip off when I pull that, but then there's another layer of foam tape kind of like an inch further in. So that'll give me, there you can see it right there. Yeah, so once I start ripping this off, after the flake goes down, then I'll be able to clear that far, so it's more of a gradual step down when it comes to time to sand this stuff out. As well as on the header panel, because I think I'm gonna run some of the flake down onto the header panel just a little bit to carry some designs onto the nose a little bit too. And again, got a little stripper there, so just grab that and start peeling that back. Once the flake's down, then I'll be able to roll the clear out and be able to gradually step down that thickness as it's probably gonna get, I'd say about 8 or 9 coats of paint. Yeah, so 2 coats of black, 3, maybe 4 coats of clear with flake suspended, and then 3, maybe 4 coats of clean clear. So yeah, 8 to 10 coats is what it'll take to get this thing sparkly. Dealer came through for me here, guys. That's the good stuff right there. Also, check this out. This will look pretty sweet. All right, the car is fully flaked out. Looks really good. I'm very happy with how it turned out. So this was actually round 2. I ran out of flake in the first run, so the whole car had to get sanded down with 600 again and wasted a ton of materials, but now I'm super happy with the flake. It is fully uniform and looks fantastic. So it's got a ton of clear on it, a ton of clean clear on it. So it's ready to sand out and start doing some patterns. My ripper strippers worked out really well. So the flake kind of steps down to the clear. Would have liked to put more clear on it, but guess what? I ran out of clear mid-project. So it is what it is. I think there's enough on there to make it nice and flat. It's been in the booth painted for probably 2 hours now. So yeah, pretty stoked. Well, the car is out of the booth. It looks awesome. It is definitely extremely sparkly. So now, pretty much, I just gotta start sanding it down to 600. The whole body's gotta get sanded down to 600, and then I gotta start masking off or taping out my lines and patterns. And I mean, I have no idea what that's gonna look like. It's just gonna kind of flow once I get into it, as well as what colors I'm gonna use. I don't know. All I know, it's gonna be teal and green and you know, blues and maybe a little gold. And I might even throw some pink in there. It's been a controversial subject around the slick house these days, but we'll see. I don't know. Let's get going.
It's my first time, Daddy.
What?
It's my first time doing this.
You're doing great. Hold the lock. Okay, so all of Genie's clear is fully sanded out now. So it's ready for me to start trying to tape some patterns out. So we'll see how that goes. Fully sanded, the header panel, the hood, the roof, the trunk lid, everything is ready to go. So time to start taping out some patterns, and hopefully I could get something cool laid down here. Chevy, I wish you were big enough to help me paint Genie.
Can I paint Genie? Please.
Well, how are you gonna paint Genie?
Wait.
Is that how?
Oh.
You know how to paint Genie? Show me what you got. What do you have to do? That's it? And the car's painted? So I'm gonna start by laying down a center line across the whole car, over the roof and everything. And then once the center line's laid down, just pretty much start playing with tape. Okay, blank canvas. I am really excited about this. Nope. Nope. No. Don't like it. Nope. No. No. Don't like it. Get that out of there. Okay, so pattern's all taped out. As you saw, I pulled my stencil off this side of the hood. So now what I'm gonna do is, now that I got the stencil, in this episode you may have seen I ran over the whole stencil with the pounce wheel and hit some dust through it, but this is a little bit more complex. And I've never done this before, but I've seen guys do this where they actually cut out each individual section, starting from the middle working outwards. So I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm just gonna try doing some of the main blocks, the main like 1/8 inch lines like this, and and flip it over and tape it. And then for some of the smaller intricate stuff, I'll just kind of figure that out as I go. But yeah, so let's see how this works out. Okay, new day in the shop, completed graphics. Now I'm gonna start on the roof, see if I can come up with something cool. Okay, at this point my brain is starting to turn to mush. Starting a gold design, but I don't have too much gold on the side here because it's got to match, because I think we got a little bit of gold in here, a little bit of gold over here. So I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I also want to make some stuff interweave under here. Yeah, we'll see. Back in the shop working on Genie again, and I got the sail panel on the driver's side finished. It is super intricate. There's a lot of interweaving colors, which is what I wanted, but I wasn't sure if it was like too much, so I took a photo and I threw it up on the Slickworks official Facebook page, and I said, is this dope or no? And turns out it's pretty dope, so I'm gonna go for it. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare to transfer this pattern to the other side of the car, but it's got to happen, because I mean, this is just really gonna pop. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what I've come up with, and it has every color from the pattern on the roof, which is now complete, as well as every pattern on the hood too, or every color on the hood too. So we have this is teal, this is gonna be gold, or that's going to be blue, and then we have gold and then blue. This section is going to be body colored, and then we've got teal, blue, and then in the background here it's going to be blue. There's going to be the little pink stripe to match a little bit of pink or magenta that I threw in on the hood and the rest of the car. This little stripe is gold that comes and interweaves throughout everything else, and it dives down that way, as well as runs to the front of the car. Below that gold is cobalt blue. And then yeah, of course the body color. So what else? Oh yeah, this spear. So we got these spears here. So we got that spear and that one that dives under the gold, and this one that also dives under the gold, as well as over top of the gold. Those are all going to be violet. So violet, 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 blue, teal, gold, magenta. It's going to be totally wild, because I mean, I was thinking in this pattern on the sail panel, I wanted to do like, you know, some sort of like fingerprinting, or, you know, some lace or some fish scales or something. But like designing something like this, I mean, it's really gonna pop. Like for a lot of the larger spaces, like on the roof. Like there's going to be a lot of room for fish scales and, you know, lace, and I want to do some sort of like Aztec print or maybe like some Taj Mahal, or like who knows. Like once I get going, I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like now. Like I have a general idea, but I don't know what it's going to look like when it's done right now. So I'm just plugging away. Yeah, here I'll show you my setup for the sail panel on the passenger side. So what we're doing right here is I have this trace out. You saw the time lapse. This trace out from the other side, right? So that's from the driver's side. So I've just taped it up on this chair, and don't worry folks, I did tape off the legs of the chair. It's not gonna scratch anything. So yeah, I have, you know, that's just like a reference for me to lay down my first lines, and then once I have my first lines laid down and I'm happy with them, which I pretty much am, they're pretty straight. And then where this line is on my map here, being that line, I'll cut that out, and then I'll cut out this section here. So using this as a reference point, I'll be able to start cutting chunks out of here, taping it onto here, and then masking out my final hard lines on the designs. When I get to this point, all this tight interweaving 16th inch stuff, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut out just the 1/8 inch patterns and then figure out where they go in relation to the other colors up here, and then get the 1/8 inch patterns in. And then from there, I'm gonna start cutting out all the 16ths and then work with these teeny tiny little puzzle pieces, which are just gonna be a nightmare. But the end result should have that total wow factor, which is what I'm going for. So yeah, but I mean, I could stand here talking about it all day and not get any work done. So I'm getting some work done. So yeah, here we go, let's go. Okay, so there is all the 1/8 inch lines laid out. So now I just got to do all the super intricate stuff and figure out what weaves in and out. And I'm going to get to that eventually. I'm just going to focus on this area right now because it is the area of the most difficulty. And over here on the bench from my my big stencil that I traced out, this is all that I have left. So I just got to cut out just the main shapes. Like, I mean, I don't have to cut out these lines in the middle here. I think that would do myself a disservice because I'm going to need to know where that pink line is. So you got to be a little bit strategic here. So I'll probably just cut out this top piece and then stick it over top of the line. And then, I mean, it's going to meet up down in this area too. So yeah, I got to kind of figure this out, how I'm going to work it. But I think I have a pretty good idea, starting with the gold section in there. And going from there, yeah. Just walking down to the shop. I think I just saw something moving in the Dodge. I saw like a light or something. What was that? Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I had to. I'm quite proud of myself. I thought that was pretty clever. Did I get ya? Did I get ya? Comment below. Okay, deck lid patterns, trunk patterns. Let's do something cool. Really, what I should have done is taken a photo of the hood and use that as a reference to decide what sort of style I'm going for on the trunk, because I want it to look as good as the hood, obviously, and obviously similar to the hood. But I just don't know right now. So, just had to run back into the house real quick to get this printed off and tape that in the back window. So I got a reference.
Guys, I think I just saw something move in my 53 Pontiac. Guys, I think I just saw something move in my paint booth. Guys, I think I just saw something move in my fridge.
Okay, well, I've just finished masking out the last of the patterns. So the trunk lid is finished, the sail panels, the roof, the hood, it's all done. Now I just gotta go over it and find tape shrinks and rollbacks and fix them, which is like incredibly frustrating, so I'm not gonna film any of that, but I'll show you what I mean. So there is a really bad tape shrink, and as far as rollbacks, I tried to kind of fix these on this side. I'm certain this tape's been sitting for a while, so I know there's probably a bunch of nastiness going on here. Let's see what I could find real quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this area with the ribbon nice and crisp. This side, we got a bad rollback there, so I got to correct that. As well as like stuff like this, a rollback, a tape shrink. And even like little things, there's little parts where the tape is like, it's barely holding on there, so that's okay. But like stuff like this, it rolled back just enough that if that rolls back any further, it's going to affect the graphic, get overspray underneath it, and then I'll have to correct that. So yeah, now's when the fun begins. Well, once I fix all the nasty stuff like this is when the fun begins. But I'm making progress, and I'm not completely sick of looking at this car so far. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap the episode there. That's how I masked out all the patterns and everything, as well as tried to figure out which colors are going where, and in my head kind of try to make up a good looking color scheme. So that's masking the car done for patterns. Anyways, taping out the patterns done, not masking the car, because there's a lot of paper that's gonna be thrown in the garbage on this thing. There's going to be tons and tons and tons and tons of garbage bags full of paper from all the different colors and stuff. But we're going to get to that next episode, guys. I hope you guys like this. If you did, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because next episode, there's going to be color on this thing, and it is going to look wild. We're going to do the full episode of all the patterns and go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Push hard. Have I ever showed you my impression of a GM starter motor? Okay, here goes.